Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we uncover the juicy details that most people miss. Today we have Mondelez International Inc., and it looks like they're talking about some pretty important stuff related to their money and their future plans. So what are we looking at here? Well, this is a type of report called a Form 8. Think of it as an announcement to the public about major events that have happened with the company. This particular one mentions their financial results for the end of 2025, which typically means they're sharing how much money they made and how well they're doing. It also talks about different types of notes they've issued, which are like loans the company has taken out. Mondelez International Incorporated is a big name in the snack world. You know them from brands like Oreo Nabisco and Cadbury. They are a global company, so how they are doing financially is a big deal for investors and for people who love their snacks. This report is essentially giving us an update on some of the financial instruments they have out there. We see their class a common stock, which is how people can own a piece of the company. It is traded on the Nasdaq Global Select Market. Then there are various notes. These are like bonds or loans. They've borrowed money, and these are the terms of those loans. For example, they have 1.625% notes due in 2027, which means they promise to pay back the loan with that interest rate by that year. We see a few different ones like the 0.250% notes due 2028, and others up to 2045 with varying interest rates. This tells us they are actively managing their debt and funding. The company put out a press release on the 3rd of February 2026 to talk about their earnings for the fourth quarter and the whole year ending the 31st of December 2025. This is where we get the core financial information. What is important to understand is that this press release is filed as an exhibit, and while it contains the significant news, it says it won't be considered officially filed for certain legal purposes. This is a common practice to provide quick updates without triggering all the liabilities of a full filing immediately. Now, this report says they're furnishing a press release as Exhibit 99.1. This is where the real meat of the financial announcement is. While this specific 8K form itself doesn't contain the detailed financial tables, it directs us to that press release for those important numbers. So to really dissect the financials, we'd need to look at that Exhibit 99.1. However, we can infer from the structure that they are announcing their performance for the past year and the last quarter of 2025. Generally, when companies release these announcements, they're highlighting revenue growth earnings, per S-hair and operating income. Investors will be looking to see if Mondelez International beat expectations or fell short. They will also be comparing these numbers to the previous year to see if the company is growing or shrinking. They also mention something called inline XBRL. This is a way of presenting financial data that makes it easier for computers to read and analyze. It is a step towards more transparency and making it simpler for investors to get the information they need. Think of it as making their financial reports more machine-friendly. And finally, we see the signatures. This is where the company officially signs off on the report. Luca Zaramella, Executive Vice President, Chief Operating Officer, and Chief Financial Officer, has signed this document. This tells us the report has been reviewed and approved by key financial leadership within Mondelez International Incorporated. This is a standard part of any official filing. Let's get to the heart of it. While this 8K filing is more of a notification about the earnings release rather than the detailed financial statement itself, it signals the release of critical performance data. The true story lies in that Exhibit 99.1 press release. Based on typical corporate reporting, we can anticipate discussions around their revenue growth, sales volume, and profitability. In the past, Mondelez International has focused on strategic acquisitions and organic growth to expand its global snack empire. We would be looking for evidence if these strategies are paying off. For instance, if they reported a 10% increase in revenue, it would mean they've successfully grown their sales by an amount equivalent to 1/10 of what they made previously. If expenses also grew at a similar or faster rate, it could indicate that their growth is coming at a high cost, potentially impacting their profit margins. We also see they have a variety of notes outstanding from 1.625% to 4.500%. This indicates a diversified debt structure. The interest rates on these notes give us clues about the company's creditworthiness at the time they were issued. Lower interest rates generally suggest the market perceived the company as less risky. Investors would be watching to see if the company is managing its debt effectively, and if its earnings are sufficient to cover its interest payments. A key metric here would be their interest coverage ratio, which shows how many times their operating income can cover their interest expenses. A healthy ratio above 2 or 3 signifies a comfortable ability to manage debt. So what is the overall story here? Mondelez International Inc. is reporting its 2025 financial results. They are a major player in the global snack market, and how they perform financially is incredibly important. This report is an announcement of those results and highlights their ongoing management of their financial structure, including various debt instruments. Without the actual press release, it is hard to give precise numbers, but the context is clear. They are sharing their yearly and quarterly performance. My take on this is that Mondelez International is operating like any large established company. They are raising capital through issuing notes, and they are diligently reporting their financial performance. The key strength is their established brand portfolio, which provides a stable base of revenue. A potential weakness or risk could be the increasing competition in the snack industry and changing consumer preferences towards healthier options. Are they innovating fast enough? Are their acquisitions truly adding value or just increasing complexity and debt? The real insight will come from the specifics within their earnings release. I'll be looking for signs of consistent revenue growth, profitability improvements, and effective cost management. The wide range of due dates for their notes also suggests a long-term financial strategy likely aimed at refinancing or managing their debt obligations over many years. Alright, that is our initial decode of this Mondelez International Incorporated 8K filing. What are your thoughts on their financial reporting strategy, and what do you think these upcoming results will reveal? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more in-depth corporate analysis. And don't forget to join our Discord community for more discussions and insights linked in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.